Hello YouTube. So in this video I'm going to be looking at KDE throughout the years. So this version here, as you can see right now, this is from Caldera OpenLinux version 1.1, and then I'm going to go through it in this basic order here. So we're not going past the Plasma introduction, because after Plasma started, everything started to, KDE basically hasn't really changed terribly much since the Plasma days. So like my current desktop is Plasma, and it doesn't look too much different than this 4.4.5. So, and Plasma is not too easy to run in Docker, because this is how I'm running these here right now. So, well, not this one actually. This one here, I haven't actually converted Caldera OpenLinux into a Docker image. So this one is the only exception to what is not going to be in Docker. This is actually running in QEMU, but I'm using an X server to actually get everything working. This is going to be the most sluggish KDE we're going to see because it's running through QEMU. Anyways, with that out of the way, I couldn't find any presentation software in Caldera, or else I would have made this a presentation. So yeah. Anyways, so this is Caldera OpenLinux. It's KDE 1.1, and it was released in 1999. And if we take a look around, there's some specific customization. There's some customization that I believe Caldera has in here. So, like, this is the browser. This is the file browser a while back, so you can kind of see here. So this is KFM. This isn't even Conqueror. This is before the Conqueror days. Conqueror was released with KDE 2, which you'll see when we boot up, when we get Debian Woody loaded up. So yeah, so this is the basic about box for it. As you can see, about KDE is just extremely basic, as you can see there. So like super basic configure file manager. Like this is like absolutely super basic. It's kind of neat though. It's kind of cool to see all these. Oh yeah, they didn't I guess they didn't centralize this yet, did they? So they have to actually set these specifically up, because in future versions of KDE, which I'll open up the control panel here so you guys can see here. Some of these are also very specific Caldera changes as well. So if you look here, machine is i36. This is not running through Docker. That's why everything here looks. You'll know when I go to this KDE control panel soon, when you'll know it's running in Docker. Then applications, yeah, login manager and things like that. And yeah, I'm not running as root right now, so I can't use any of these. So file manager. So basically the same settings we just saw in the file manager. Web browser. Which web browser is this actually now? I know it's not going to work. Let's go internet here and see what web browsers we have installed. So we have Communicator, of course. Netscape Communicator. Archie client. Oh, cool. There's like some really retro software in here that I never really had a chance to use. Network utilities. That sounds actually interesting to see how that looks. Sayin terminal emulators. T online down. T online up. Interesting. I don't know what that is. User information lookup tool, and then XBIF. So there is no there's no Conqueror or any. Kmail has been around for a while, hasn't it? Now look at that. Kmail's here. Let's take a look at Kmail for a second, because I'm really curious here. Let's see what Kmail looks like. Because I didn't realize Kmail was actually included with such early versions. Yeah, so send mail SNTP. Yeah, interesting. So can you send mail SNTP? None of these boxes are even checked. That's funny. Maybe I'll do a future episode where I can actually test out the standards of this, like set up a mail server and then see if I can actually do that. I might actually at one point create like a virtual intranet with an internal mail server, and just kind of get an idea on how all this would have worked back in the day. If a small business or a company or a large company decided to incorporate Linux like Caldera or something into their desktop workstations and that. So, but yeah, let's see what version of Kmail this is. Kmail 1.0.21. Wow, what's the copy? What's the timestamp on this? It's weird that none of these things actually really mention timestamps. Because I had to actually look up a file to determine the timestamp of this. In order to determine the versions, I did an ls and check the file's timestamp to determine this was a 1999 version of Linux. So this is like before I graduated high school. It's crazy how how old this is. It's really neat though to look back and see everything. Disk Navigator, wow, like terminal application, KVT. That's the terminal program I opened up. Yeah, so I went over here. I noticed that there's a terminal tool. This is in console, or no, console is here actually. No, yeah, this is the one I opened, but console looks really different over here. It looks like there's not. This is before, or no, maybe I did have a different one opened, or maybe that was Chorale Linux that had a different console. Yeah, this is console. About console 0910. Oof, wow. Doesn't look like it supports. No, it should support tabs. Let's see. Font Linux 8 not found. Does it support? I don't think it supports. I think it just closed the other one. Oh no. How do you? Oh, that's what they did. Oh wow, that's so annoying. That's kind of interesting. Okay, cool. Because I saw another terminal here opened up. I opened up earlier. I thought maybe it was on the Caldera side. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah. So this is the menu here of the old KDE, so you can kind of get an idea on how it looked. Let's go to this terminal. Maybe this is the terminal I opened up by. This is the one I opened up by accident before. This is the one that's. This is the XR KVT. I think this is probably KVT. Which I can probably find out which one this is. Yeah, KVT. Let's see if Python's installed on here. How old it is. Oh wow, look at that. 151. Geez, old. Okay. Anyways, so I don't want to spend too much time on a single KDE because it'll just bore people. So I'll just go through all these just to give you guys an idea on what's been available here as we keep scrolling through. It's QEMU, as I'm saying, once I get to the next version will be a Dockerized one, so you'll see it much more quicker. So yeah, you have all those. So this is basically what that there. So yeah, let's close this off here. Let's take a look at one more thing here because it's like the Caldera very specific options here, so you can actually do some various little things. If you don't want to see anything very specific in any of these old systems, do post in the comments down below, and we can Linux kernel. Let me open that, see what happens. Oh, which browser is this? This isn't Navigator, so there is another browser. Yeah, which browser is this now? Okay, I want to open up the go to Utilities. I want to open up the process. Oh no, it's under System, isn't it? The process list. There's Task Manager. Yeah, I think this is the one I got to go to here. Everything's so different in these old versions. It's really interesting. Yeah, I think this is it here. So let's go to this one. Unless this is that. Oh, this could be the help tool, actually. Yeah, this could be KDE help. Oh, it is. Wow, this is KDE help back in the day. It's crazy. Huh. Neat. Okay. Huh. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, this is let's open up Netscape Navigator, just one shot at Netscape Navigator to see if it opens. I can't remember if it opened on this one. I know it opens through the Dockerized versions I created of these things. It usually opens that way, but I don't know if it'll open this way at all. No. Or it might be opening, actually. I don't know. I can't tell. Oh, no, it did. It did open. Netscape Navigator version 461. Jeez. Anybody remember this one? Oh, yeah, I won't be able to contact any of the services because the things reload. Yeah, I probably want to reload that main page at all. Let's go home. Oh, yeah, open the OpenLinux index page. So, yeah. So, yeah, let's move on to the next one now. So, let's see what the next one has to offer. So, this is 1.1, so let's log out. I say if you want to see anything very specific in this one, do post a comment, because I don't want to spend too much time in each one. Okay, so it'll take a second for it to properly log out here. Oh yeah, I forgot, it doesn't actually properly disconnect. So, oh, actually there's one thing I can do over here. So I'm going to start killing this. Yeah, because since it's not properly going through, there we go. Just do a quick there. Okay. Okay, do a halt now. Okay, and while I halt that QEMU VM, let's bring up Chorale Linux here. So here is Chorale Linux. There we go. QEMU gone. Okay, this is Chorale Linux. So if we look around here, you can see that this is KDE 1.2 here, and you can get an idea on what's available here. So there have quite a few different things. This is Chorale's one, right? So you have quite a few things. And the Debian Menu, we've left the Debian Menu here. I found that kind of interesting because it is based off Debian, but I found it really cool. Oh yeah, and they also have the DOS emulator and everything on here too. I remember that. I think the other one might have as well, actually. I can't remember. But yeah, as you can see, they got quite a bit. And then games, they got all the standard stuff in the screen. Yeah, so, yeah. Yep. Let's see the communicator version here. I think this is the... no, this is the email program, I think, right? Let's go Navigator and see what happens. This is running in Docker, so it's going to be a lot faster. Huh, it didn't go. Anyways, so yeah, if I go home, yeah, half the websites won't work. Let me see. I want to see the version of Netscape here, though. Let's see what communicator. Oh, newer than the other one. The other one was 6.1, right? So yeah. So this is Navigator. This. Yep. I'm trying to think what else I can bring up here. Oh yeah. So Chorale also has a. They made their own file manager. As you can see, it's really interesting. So, yeah. And see what else we have here. So yeah. So it's not really too much to really show in here. Like it's pretty. If you want to see anything very specific in here, let me know. Right? I can like bring up any of these things. So yeah. Let's go Process Manager just to kind of give you guys an idea on how Process Manager. Oh yeah, I'm going to go to the other things. So Process Manager here looks different. Oh yeah, I actually think it was Task Manager opened up in the other one, isn't it? Task Manager. So let's go to Task Manager. Oh, yeah, this is the one I had in the other one, right? Yeah, this is the Task Manager. So, yeah, I can go all processes, and now it's going to show the processes properly. So yeah, KFM is what runs here as well. Still no Conqueror, still no other browsers, right? So, yep. In general, it's the monitor is pretty good there. So let's go to Control Center here. Show you guys the Control Center looks like for the Chorale here. So close. So yeah, so here's the Control Center for Chorale. So you can see they did quite a few cool things with this. They also have lots of really nice wallpapers, as you can see. So, yeah. And colors, yeah. Windows 95 colors. I wonder, I think they probably even have that. If I go to Theme Manager, I think they do have like a theme for, yeah, see they have the Theme Manager they brought into this one, which has some pretty interesting themes, if you can see. Right? So yeah, I think the CD also. I think the CD on this Chorale. I think this one has more images, more themes I can install. I believe from the CD-ROM. Screensaver style. Yeah, I think style. Yeah, start widgets, blah, blah, blah. Display settings, this is just the display settings crap, right? Desktop icons, yeah, so, yeah, this is pretty run-of-the-mill, like, right, so, right. Yeah, so, yeah, pretty basic stuff here going on with this. I'm trying to think what else I can show you on here. It's not really too much. Like once we get to the KDE stuff, once I get to the Debian ones, where we start off with Woody and everything, you'll see some more interesting stuff as we go from there. But there's nothing really much to show else here. So let's log out of this image. Yeah, since it's not running in QEMU, I don't have sound effects, so I can't really play the sounds or anything like that. So, okay, Chorale is now stopped. So now let's go KDE Woody. Yeah, because there's no sound driver through Docker, right? So. Okay, and then KDE, now this is the first time that I believe KDE came up with this, the K personalizer, which will actually personalize everything, so you can even do, like, you can change all of these, which is kind of cool. Actually, I might go through all these in here with you guys, just to give you guys an idea. Oh yeah, and you can also, this is when they first introduced a bunch of animations and really, really streamlined everything, so. Okay, say, and then you can choose different themes. Oh yeah, Platinum is here as well, I believe. So I had to go next, I think, in order to choose Platinum. Yeah. Oh yeah, Platinum is Mac. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's the old Mac OS 9, and then you have Redmond, a style from the northwest of the USA. Yeah, and now look at that. It's all Windows looking, and then Sunshine, a very common desktop. This is the color scheme for CDE, I believe it was. So, yeah, let's go back to the KDE one. This one's a bit more easier, more pleasant on the eyes. And then we go finished. So, I'll turn that off. So, yeah. So, this is the default Woody desktop. If you do a full install of KDE on Woody, you get this. So, if you go to Debian here, I'm going to open up Conqueror, and it's going to bring up a bunch of stuff here. You can go to different various websites in Conqueror. So, and there is no I didn't install Netscape onto this. So instead, we have. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is the very first release of the very first release. We don't have it doesn't actually give us the Debian menu. There was no full Debian integration into KDE 2.2. So yeah, because of that, it doesn't do a couple things. So what we have to do is open up this, and then from here, I can open up Mozilla from here, and this will open up the Mozilla browser. I forgot about that. Yeah, so Mozilla browser. See? Yeah. And scrolling does work in these things if you're curious. Mouse wheels did exist back then. So, yeah. Yeah, so this is the old Mozilla browser. So, one thing this is the control panel in this one. So as you can see, running in Docker here, hostname, etc., etc. So file, information, everything's basically still very similar to the other one. No, these themes aren't here. I guess I didn't install a themes, I guess, thing. That's fine. So under decorations, we have a bunch here. We have we have the Windows. We have Windows 1. KDE 1 is here as well. ISOVM. Yeah, we have quite a few. Redmond, Quartz, Risk. Yeah, we have quite a few. Configure KDE 2. Yeah, even have some KDE, some other stuff here. So under behavior, click to focus. They brought in a lot of interesting stuff here. Styles. Here's where there's a bunch of styles they brought in. So there's the CDE one I mentioned before. There's Platinum, SGI, the 9X theme, Risk OS, a bunch of other weird ones. Wonder what web widget is. Let's apply that and see what this looks like. Oh yeah, I guess it would be web widgets. That's funny how these look like web widgets. Huh. The background goes away though for some reason. I don't know why. Let's go Risk OS. Oh, okay. That's kind of neat. Oh, wow. Look at the title. Oh, this is kind of cool. I haven't seen these in so long. Let's go to this one here. Yeah, this is just Redmond. Theme SGI. Huh. Interesting. Cool. There's the Platinum. There's Motif. Right? Oh, wow. This is super ancient. Motif, and then regular Motif. Right? And then CDE. And then, yeah, and then Marble. Let's see Marble. Everything just looks like Marble. That's cool. And then the KDE default, and then KDE default, and then KDE step. Yeah, right. So yeah, in the background, I don't know why the background disappeared. It happens sometimes. You have to go no wallpaper, and then single over. I don't know if it's related to the X server I'm using here or what it's related to, but who knows? Never looked into it too much. Icons. There's only one icon theme comes built into, but you can download more icon themes, of course. Things like that, and yeah, so you have all the rest of the ones here. And this is the one that I think it first started coming in with the MIME types, I believe. Under, is it personalization, or is the MIME types? Maybe not. Maybe it was the next one, because I don't see... Oh no, there it is, file associations, yeah. So this is when it came, this is the one where it finally came with the file associations, so... We can go to text and we can go to HTML, and then any file that's HTML, there it is. See, you can add new MIME types, so you can open up things and you can do embedding and things like that. This is when they first started adding these features. It was in 2. So, and KDE, so you can see 222 right there. Right. So yeah, and then, oh yeah, they also have a bunch of K-Office stuff too. So if we go to the Office section here. You'll notice they have the K-Word, K-Spread, K-Presenter, K-Chart, etc., right? So, yeah, so if you want to see anything else in here, like anything you want to see here, just let me know, and I can make a future video specific for certain features that you guys might want to see. So yeah, let's exit this Woody, and now we're going to go into Sarge. So this is the next version. This is KDE 3.3.2, and you notice the desktop doesn't pop up right away. This one, it actually brings up the K personalizer before it brings the desktop, and the default theme is Ceramic for this one. And same thing, you can choose between any of these. See, it even tells you down below what it does, what it'll do to you. And then, again, we have this. And this is KDE 3. This is where everything starts to get really, really refined when compared to KDE 2. And it even gives you an idea on what you're going to expect from the Platinum or everything else, right? So, and then finished. And this is the KDE 2 login boot up page. This one actually works a lot better too in regards to the background, things like this. This is when all the refinement came. It's not until KDE 3.5 that we get some other refinements. This is still really nice though. Like the interface is it's slick. It's easy to use. I didn't install everything in this because I had troubles getting everything installed in here, but here we go. 3.3.2, Docker, appearance in this, right? Here's where everything gets way more refined. Like look at the icon set. Everything just looks beautiful in this one. And now you have submenus for web browser. You have some additional things here, so, right? Like they added, I don't know if K-Wallet was in the previous one actually. I don't know. I should have checked that actually. And it's administration stuff as well down here. So you have a lot of access to everything, even splash screens too. Oh yeah, I forgot. They had the Redmond splash screen here. I'll show you the Redmond splash screen. I remember using this back in the day. I forgot they had this. Totally forgot about this. And they have the standard. Oh yeah, this one. This is cool. Because then they have the icons jumping on the bottom, right? Like Mac, like with Mac OS, right? I use this one temporarily as well, and then Blue Bend. Blue Bend's actually kind of cool. It has like a progress bar down here, I think, usually. Doesn't right now because it's just a test. It's just kind of showing you how it looks, but there's lots of really cool ones. So, I forgot they had all those. And then styles, this is the default ceramic, and then you have tons of new styles now. Like, not tons, I guess. They refined it. They removed a couple and then made it, and then, you know, they even have the KDE Classic one here too, if you want to go back to the Classic edition, and then all the other ones that you'll see there as well. And then effects, they've added like lots of stuff. It's just the refinements they went through, right? Here your launch feedback with the bouncing cursor was introduced here, I believe, too, in KDE 3. And then you have your icons, which currently only have Crystal SVC installed, and you even have the widget sets for this. And then I think Mozilla actually pops up in here finally. So if I go to Mozilla, I should be able to open the Mozilla browser. And then you can see the original browser. And actually here, I can actually accept the certificates too, which kind of gives me access to HTTPS sites. Although it's really difficult to go anywhere still. Like if I try going to Google, I think remember Google worked. Yeah, if I go to google.com, I believe that it'll actually work. And I can search for Linux. And yeah, it kind of works. See? Yeah. Let's see if Wikipedia loads. I don't think it... Oh. Wow. Yeah. I guess Wikipedia hasn't really changed much. And it's compatible mostly with everything. For the most part. The only thing is it's kind of... Oh yeah, it's really slow though. Like you can tell the rendering engine's having troubles rendering this. Wow, it actually still works. You can still use Mozilla to browse Wikipedia, apparently. Neat. Didn't expect that. Which version of Mozilla is this anyways? About Mozilla. 178. For Internet Explorer users? Oh, I'm kind of wondering. Huh. Neat. Anyway, so yeah, that's Mozilla. So, so let's go to, yeah, so I showed you that already. So let's go to, so now Conqueror is now the main one. Conqueror actually is really neat. Like this was really cool. Like when I was using this back in the day, my friends had XP. Like this was neat to add. And you can add things as well too. Like you can actually put things in here and, you know, modify how this left pane functioned. And there's a bunch of add-ons for Conqueror too to do other really cool things. Like Conqueror was just so cool. And it was really hard to convince my friends that it was that cool because they were just stuck on Windows XP when this was actually working really well. But then again, if you had to play games, I guess you had no choice in a sense to use Windows XP though. So, oh yeah, so let's look at where was that other tool I want to see here? I want to see the task tool again, because now they replaced it with ksysguard in here. So if we go to ksysguard, yeah, because now they've refined this and made it ksysguard. And funny trivia, ksysguard is still the default one till this day. So process table. So right. So yeah, and this is KDE 3.3. Okay, let's log out of here. And we're going to go to the next one. That was Sarge. I believe Etch. Etch is the next one in my list, right? Just want to double check that. Yep, Etch is the next one. So Etch, this is going to be KDE 3.5. So this is where it gets super refined. So now you can tell that the widget set is now ceramic. Yeah, KDE 3.5 was started to become. You can still use ceramic, but plastic is now the default one. You have platinum, of course, and Redmond and sunshine and things as well too. We're going to go plastic. We're going to keep it with what we were expecting. So, yeah, I remember using this one so much back in the day because there was both Etch and Lenny, both utilize 3.5. Different version, 3.5 and 3.5.10. So, I'm not going to show the tips anymore. So yeah, this is KDE 3.5. So as you can tell, it looks pretty refined. This is when they actually introduced the system icon too, is in 3.5, because GNOME had a system icon, and then I believe they wanted to copy it as well, so they copied it. So yeah, so when you actually put a disk in the drive, I believe. Oh yeah, so let's look on the left here. You can also see more refinements too. So they brought the system here. You still have the services, but services now has audio CD browser, things like that. I also have more stuff installed in here. Oh, I forgot about this. Oh my god, Metabar. Geez, bring up memories. Anyways, it's crazy. So yeah, so that's that. So let's go into here again. So this one, I have lots of stuff installed in this one, as you can see here. Like a lot of stuff in here. So we're not going to spend too much time in this one. And this is, oh yeah, this is where they introduced the Iceweasel browser finally. This is the Firefox one here. So, oh yeah, and they also did this now too. See, look at that. They added really big tooltips to the bar at the bottom. So now you have full tooltip access as well, which is incredibly cool. So anyway, so yeah, so Iceweasel is there. And also one thing that's really cool about Linux is watch this. Boom, fast. Boots up instantly. Once you open it once, it's from there, it's cached. Like, it's awesome caching. So you never have to worry about it being slow. So if you leave your computer on or standby or whatever, then your programs are always going to be so instant and so fast. It's quite nice. Conqueror browser is still here, of course. Multimedia tools, Office programs. I didn't install KOffice into this image. And we have all those, of course. And then, oh yeah, so this system guards can be the exact same. Console, yeah, nothing really much to show here. These are just more refinements. It's nothing too special. The control center is, 3.5 is what you'd expect. So I don't want to take too much time here because this video is probably going to get way too long. So yeah. Oh, you have a .NET style. That's funny. Anyways, let's go splash screen, discard. So splash screens. So you have this, you have none, you have Redmond. They still brought back this one, so we can go test. I think it actually works better because it actually takes the bottom off now properly. Because before, before when I tested this, it still had the bottom and still had the top. But now they fixed that. They refined it. They fixed the bug. Simple. Oh, this is so simple. It's just a basic progress bar. And they got standard. I don't know what they call this standard. It's still, and then yeah, so. Yeah, it's kind of neat though. And then of course they got Blue Bend, which is the same one you saw earlier. So I'm not going to go into those. So reset that. Theme manager. I don't think it's. There's stuff in here again. So yeah, they fixed this, I guess, in the newest one. Icons, oh yeah, there's still their icons. So let's see here. So KDE, oh yeah, they have the 2.2 icon set if you really were inclined to use the old one. System doesn't look system because it falls back, right? So now we're using the 2.2. I remember I used this occasionally just because I wanted a retro feel and look. Low color, they have a kids icon theme, which is kind of neat. So in case you want the computer to look more, kid-friendly, you can use the kid icon theme. Not all the icons change. I think mostly the game icons might. I don't know. I have no idea what all that. Let's open my home folder and see what's in here. Take a look around. So yeah, it's kind of what it does. So yeah, it's kind of neat. And then Slick, another icon set. Oh, system change in this one. You can tell this actually looks kind of slick. And then icons. It's another theme that they had. Right? So, yeah. Just go back to SVG. So, yeah. And then, of course, the backgrounds. They have a bazillion backgrounds. I'm not going to go through any of them. There's just a lot of good ones in there. Yeah. So, yeah. This is basically KDE 3.5.5. Or .10 really, right? That's not 10. Where's Info Center? So if we go to Info Center. Oh, no. It's very responsive to 5.5. Okay, so I want to bring up the next one right away, which is going to be Lenny. And Lenny is the last KDE 3.5 for the Debian. And then we're going to finally slowly close off. So log out, log out. Okay. And now it's Lenny time. 3.10 is basically identical. There's some refinements, but overall it's incredibly identical. Right? It's pretty identical. So let's go back to Control Center again, and you can see like 3.5.10. Yeah, let's see the splash screens. Oh, they still have Redmond in this one. Yep. Yeah, so they still have a lot of things. Desktop, internet, yeah, so basically the exact same. Really pretty much the exact same, just a refinement from 3, from the 5.5, from 3.5.5. Just refinements. Nothing too much has really changed. I remember using this a lot back in the day too. Well, this 3.5 is when I probably the KDE I probably used the most, just because it was just so common. So, and of course, yeah, I didn't install KOffice in here either, I don't think, but it does come with a lot of nice extra stuff though. So yeah, let's go to the last one here, which is going to be a KDE 4.4.5, which is where you'll see everything totally changing. Oh yeah, they actually did a lot of moving around and yeah, a lot of refinements you can see here. So yeah, let's go to KDE 4.4.5. It was a big jump. So, pretty big jump. Okay, and this is under Squeeze. This one glitches a little bit. This is like I'm having troubles getting Plasma to properly run an XNest. It was a bunch of weird problems. It kind of works, but it kind of doesn't. You'll see what I mean in a moment here, what I mean about that. It's definitely the most difficult one to run in a remote X server. This one's meant to be run locally from a local one, so. But since these are all Dockerized images, I really can't really spin up an X, a separate X display. Now, yeah, see, there's lots of weird bugs. So kint, blah, blah, segment faulted, things. There's just so many weird things going on. Polkit. And with Wheezy, I couldn't even get Wheezy to, yeah, so this is when they actually introduced the better notification system as well as is in here. So they actually introduced a lot of really good, they introduced a lot of refinements. So, yeah. Yeah, they introduced a lot of refinements. So they have the whole entire Plasma desktop, so you can add like widgets. So let's add a analog clock to the desktop, for example. Ta-da! Yeah, this is when they added all these cool, fancy desktop widget things. So they have quite a few too, like a bouncy ball, which makes no sense at all, but whatever. It's what it is. Calculator, things like that. Because this is when desktop widgets were getting like incredibly popular. KDE 3.5 had Caramba and Super Caramba, which I might actually show at a later time. Yeah, they have quite a few things. I would put folder on the desktop, but we have enough stuff there. So yeah, they have a lot of really like a lot of widgets that come by default automatically, like a lot of really cool stuff. So yeah, you can just toss this ball around. It uses physics and everything too, so if I bounce it, it goes boom, 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 right? Yeah, the frames per second on the YouTube video are going to be lower because I lowered the frames per second to 10, so you're probably not going to enjoy that ball bounce as much as I have. So yeah, if you go here, the menu has drastically changed. There's no more control center. Info center still exists in this version. So, and then they changed a little bit of stuff too. Like now they made case discard optional, and they replaced it with the other one there. So that's fine. And then so we go info center for a second. Let's see. So info center looks like the old K control, as you can see. But now if we go into here, and this is the new settings, there's no actual Kcontrol anymore. There's now system settings, which is a very refined, settings page now. And this has gotten more and more refined as the time has passed. I think you can actually make it a tree view. Yeah, you can. You can go classic tree view if you wanted to, which will then turn it into the old school look if you're really inclined to do so. It's totally up to the user though, right, on what they want. And then of course they now replaced the file browser Conqueror. Now the file browser is now Dolphin. So, right? So now we have Dolphin in here as well. Conqueror is still here, of course. You still have Conqueror if you're so inclined to use Conqueror. It still exists. So, and then I do believe I have Firefox installed, or rather Iceweasel. So let's take a look and see if we can browse with Iceweasel. This is like version 3.5, so Firefox 3.5. Let's see if we can browse on the internet still. So Google works. And I think HTTPS is actually working right now too. So let's go to the Wikipedia for the Linux Wikipedia page here. See what happens. Yep, HTTPS works just fine. Because all the CA certs are modernized in this one too. So yeah, looks basically the same as it did in the Mozilla browser. So yeah. There's no X there. You have to open up a tab in order to exit. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's really weird looking back at these. So yeah, this up here is just it's the menu that lets you add more stuff. Same thing as down there, really. So yeah, so this is KDE 4.4.5, right? So this is this is when they still had Conky as the mascot there. So yeah, so I'm going to close this off and I want to end the video because that is the last one I was going to go through. So leave, log out, and we're done. Thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, and feel free to leave any comments if you want to see anything very specific on any of those old ones there. So thank you for watching.